Niantic has announced that they are going to be compensating players for that disastrous Origin Raid Day that we had this past weekend. I'm going to be talking about whether or not this compensation is enough and whether or not Niantic should be doing even more. Alright, what's happening everyone? Jinsula here with a brand new Pokemon Go video. I hope your day is going really well, and let's get right into it. So as many of you know, we had an Origin Raid Day featuring Origin Form Palkia and Origin Form DIALGA this past weekend, and it was pretty much disastrous. There was a very low shiny rate. Basically, they forgot to boost the shiny rate, which they announced initially. And I think a lot of players were just overall very disappointed. There was a lot of different issues with this raid day, not necessarily from a technical standpoint, but in terms of RNG, it just felt like a very grindy and a very unsatisfactory raid day. So Niantic did say that they did not turn on the shiny boost, and that is something that a lot of players suspected was the case. And of course, they stated that they were going to be compensating players because of the issue, and they announced what that compensation is going to be. So here's what Niantic said on their social media pages. Trainers affected by the incorrect appearance rate for shiny Origin Form DIALGA and Origin Form Palkia in raid battles during the Ultra Unlock Origin Raid Day will receive timed research in the coming weeks. The timed research will include encounters with shiny Origin Form DIALGA and or shiny Origin Form Palkia based on the number of raid battles completed. We apologize for the issue and will share more information soon. Now, right away I can tell you, it seems like the language is a bit unclear with this announcement. First and foremost, they stated that we would be getting shiny Palkia and shiny DIALGA based on how many raids we did. We don't know if this is going to be guaranteed. We do not know if this is going to be something that they are going to give us a higher chance of, but it's going to be a timed research, which means we're going to be getting encounters guaranteed. But we do not know if the shiny forms are going to be guaranteed. I really do hope that ends up being the case. I know in a previous video where I talked about the problems of the Origin Raid Day, I suggested that maybe the best compensation is that they just simply give us the shiny forms of both Palkia and Origin Form DIALGA. And I know some players were saying that that's a good idea, but other people commented that it's not a good idea. Totally understand both sentiments, but I really do think that this is good. I really do think at the very least, they need to give us shinies guaranteed, because that's pretty much what a lot of players are aiming for. And the one other thing I would like to say is that with those shinies, if they happen to be guaranteed, they should also make the adventure effect moves guaranteed. I think that would also go really well with the Pokemon Go community. They ultimately screwed up. That's something that we cannot deny. They did not turn on the shiny rate, so a lot of players burned through a ton of raid passes thinking they could get themselves a bunch of shinies. And because they did not give us the boosted shiny rate, it really looks bad on Niantic. It takes away a lot of credibility for whenever they do events like this. So I think the best thing they could do is just give us a little bit more than maybe, I don't know. This is going to be a controversial take, but I do feel like they need to give more compensation compared to what is actually deserved, if you kind of know what I mean. So it's really not just because of their mistake, it's a credibility issue. I think this whole year has been pretty good. These past couple of years have been pretty good. Yes, they've made missteps like this here and there, but I really do think they have a lot of positive momentum. And I think a big part of that is because of the sale of Niantic games to Scopely. Ever since then, we've seen win after win. Niantic has been doing really good for Pokemon Go. And I think for them to keep that momentum going, to keep the positive vibes, and to get more players actively involved in playing their game, they should do something to say, hey, we care about you as players. We understand that many of you are extremely frustrated by our mistakes. So here is a gift that's even more than what you would think you were going to get. So I think that's the direction they should go. Getting a guaranteed shiny, that I feel is good enough, but also give them the adventure effect move. Of course, we're gonna have to wait and see. We do not know how this is going to work out. They're giving us a timed research. They stated that there's going to be encounters with shiny DIALGA and shiny PALKIA. They did not say whether or not it's going to be guaranteed. They simply said there's going to be encounters. It could be that you have a chance to get them. We also do not know who's going to get this timed research. Is it going to be people who are only affected in the original time zones? Is it going to be people who have done up to a certain number of raids? I really do not know, but ultimately, I really do think that for what it's worth, they are going to be compensating us in what seems to be a very substantial matter. And I just really hope they could do more because, like I said, there has been a lot of positive momentum. A lot of people that I talk to when it comes to Pokemon Go, it just seems like there's a lot more higher enthusiasm compared to previous years. And for something like this, it was definitely something that was a bit of a roadblock. A lot of players are feeling very disappointed by this, and I really do think it's best for Pokemon Go in the long term if they were to give us something a little bit more than maybe what the compensation should be. That's just my personal opinion on it. Yeah, I really do think, this is good. Yeah, I'm kind of satisfied with this compensation, but like I said, we do not know how it's going to work. We're gonna have to wait and see. If it ends up being something where you only get a chance at getting a shiny, I think that'll be incredibly disappointing. If it turns out if it's going to be guaranteed shinies, but you do not have a guarantee for the Adventure Effect move, could possibly also be disappointing. But yeah, ultimately, I'm at least glad they're compensating us because yeah, that was a very disastrous experience, let me tell you. I mean, if you've seen my vlog, you would see just how frustrated I was, just how much it kind of dampened my experience. And then, like I said, all the players that I talked to, it just didn't seem like there were good vibes with that event. So yeah, that's it. That's all I have to really say on this matter. Yeah, definitely share your thoughts in the comments. What do you think about this compensation? What do you think Niantic should do? Do you feel like it's enough? Do you feel like there's more that could be done? Definitely share your thoughts in the comments regarding all of that. And yeah, let's have a great discussion. And that's going to be it for this video. Thank you so much for making it all the way to the end. If you ended up enjoying this video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe if it's your first time here. And don't forget the notification bell so you can stay up to date on whenever I upload videos. And real quick, let me give a shout out to all of my patrons on Patreon. You make this channel content possible. If you want to support the Contentsula channel, if you want to support everything that I do, make sure you go and check out my Patreon. I'll put a link to it in the description below. If you decide to become a paid Patreon member, I'm going to add you to my Pokemon Go friends list. That means for stuff like remote raids, the friendship system, opening and sending gifts, all that good stuff. If you want to play Pokemon Go with me, then make sure you go and check out my Patreon. Again, I'll put a link to it in the description below. Make sure you go and check it out. And if you want to support my channel in a completely different way, you could do so by following me on social media. My handle is @Jinsula. I'm on the platforms you're going to see on the bottom of your screen right now. Make sure you go over there and give me a follow, and you'll have access to some exclusive content, and you'll be able to keep up with my daily life. With all that said, that's going to be it for this video. I'm Jinsula. Be safe, have fun, love yourself, make sure you look in the mirror, tell yourself you're awesome, because I think you're awesome, and I'll catch you all later.